Does anyone out there have any interesting stories relating to roommates or landlords or relatives that just drove you nuts? Feel free to share your story, whether in the comments down below or private message me. I'll be sure to reenact them for you in crude fashion. Excuse me. Hello folks, just got back from FCN and it was great, but enough about that. Let's talk about batshit crazy landlords. Yeah, that's right. So, I'm in Cadillac, Michigan now. That's where me and my mate are living now. It's not as funny as Leroy, Michigan. We're here because of two reasons. One, we want a place of our own. And two, batshit crazy landlord. This is how it all started. Me and my mate, we moved in with this guy. He's known him for about a year or so. And, you know, before I moved out myself, I should have saw all the signs that there was something fucked up with this guy. Because until I moved in, I was occasionally visiting my love, and yeah, usually about over the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and coming home Monday to go to work and everything. But this didn't sit well with him because I wasn't paying rent. Heaven forbid that Chris has his boyfriend come over and visit him every weekend or so. Whew. So he made a compromise. Our landlord, future landlord at this point, said that I can only come one day out of the week. Now keep in mind, this is a 3.5 hour drive for myself. Of course we didn't abide by his request, if you want to call it that. Got to the point where his parents just told him just to chill the fuck out a little bit. But, you know, I just dismissed it, and he got over it. He wasn't used to being a landlord yet and having people over living in his home or living with him or whatever. So, fast forward about 5 months, I move in. Things are okay at first. But then, you know, the thing about assholes is that they can't be assholes 24/7. They're only assholes in short bursts. But those short bursts are enough to make you want to go grab a fucking gun and blow your goddamn brains out. We would want to have a friend come over and visit. Well, that didn't sit well with our landlord because, you know, it's okay for him to have his friends come over unannounced. But for us, we had to give him a 2-week to 3-week notice. And usually, they can only stay for a day and not even spend the night. No, they had to go home that night because, you know, it was his house, my house, my house. That was his answer to anything. My house, my house. So we move ourselves down in the basement. You remember I showed you some pictures of that basement. It really wasn't as finished as me and my mate would like it to be. Yeah, the walls got painted, the floors got painted. We got a few doors, one for our bedroom and one for our office. So that was nice. But we weren't really allowed to have the heat on. Here we are in this lower level of the house with a fireplace that's capped and heat that doesn't properly work, so we are at a cool 55 degrees, if not colder, constantly. When I took a shower, I did not want to get out of the shower. It was that cold. A legal standpoint here, first of all, it's illegal not to allow guests to come over your home. It's not legal to not have proper heating or finish the electrical sockets, but when you're in a situation where you can't really find another place with, you know, relatively the same amount of rent, you're kind of stuck there. There's some breaking points. Like when we had a friend that was supposed to come up from New Jersey, driving all the way from New Jersey to Michigan, which was probably, I think, at least a 15-hour drive. He was going to stay for a week. Okay, that's fine. That was fine with our landlord, but no. All of a sudden, he didn't feel comfortable with him coming here. No. 1 week became 3 days, because 3 days is enough. 3 days is enough for you to come over, spend some time, hang out, go places, and then drive all the way back. we had a friend come in from Russia. He was flying in from the plane to come from Russia to stay for about 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks, again, became 4 days. Of course, you may be thinking, well, why didn't you tell this guy to fuck off? Well, we did, and we didn't listen to him. And, oh, we had some arguments, just to say the least. It was getting to the point where we just had enough. We had enough about the bitching, about us cooking. Yeah, we couldn't cook in our own fucking house. We weren't what happened, this is how the process started. He would go upstairs, well, go up the hill where his parents live. They live in a separate house, not like a mile away from us. Bitch at them about us cooking on his stove. And then they would come down, bitch at us for not being courteous about his stove, I guess. I don't know. He's claimed that we made a mess, even though cooking does make a mess, but it doesn't really matter if you clean it up now, does it? He declared to us that we should be invisible in his house. We should be like we're not even there. And it's just rule after rule after rule that was just unreasonable, ridiculous. I remember we had our cat, and you know, there was a time where we took a vacation. It was about a 3-day vacation, and you know how cats are. You give them enough food, you give them enough litter, and they can take care of themselves for a few days. Well, our cat had a little accident on the floor. Not on the carpet or anything like that, no, it was just on the floor. Apparently he has some bladder issues because of the food. But we came home and found our cat missing. And our landlord decided to find him a new home without letting us know until we got there, until we got home. Oh, what a shitstorm that was. First of all, you can't just take someone's property and give it to someone else. Because that's what a cat is, that's what a pet is. Under the eyes of the law, it's still property. And it did get to the point he felt justified until he got wind that there was going to be probably some legal ramifications for what he did. And then he finally caved, and then he finally said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, kind of like in a half-assed, like the school teacher just grabbed him by the ear, pulled him aside next to the student that he beat up and said, now say you're sorry. I'm sorry. When you know he just doesn't give a shit, but the teacher's like, now shake his hand. And he made it, he said he's sorry. He means it. He really does. So we got our cat back, thankfully. On our terms, we found a new home for him. So there just came a point where we just said, we're done! We're done! We're done with this! We're done with all this craziness and this insane, insipid little rules that he comes up with. Do you hear that, Fennec on the wall? We're done! We're done! We got word that he was going to kick us out around June. Yeah, I'm guessing he was probably saving it up for the 1st, you know, when my birthday is. But we got word from his parents that he was planning on kicking us out in June. So within that week, after another argument about friends coming over and how he can have friends come over and we could come home and find him messing with our stuff, but that's okay because it's his house, my house, my house, my house. Well, when you invite people over to your house and you have them paying rent, it's not exactly your house anymore. It's all your houses. It all belongs to you. Some way, some form of fashion, you're all sharing the same fucking place. I digress. So within the week, we found this place, and here I am. This place is a lot better. I have heat. I can mind my own damn business without anyone invading it. And here's our little setup we have here in the living room. Isn't it lovely? It's just lovely. Should have saw the reaction on our landlord's face when we told him we were moving out. He was just floored. Because he wanted to be the one to tell us to get out. And we said, nope, we're leaving right now. And you can deal with your mortgage and your bills and everything else all on your own. And you know, you never really realize how much of a bastard someone is until you're away from them. Until you're far, far away from them. If you're forced to live with someone that's kind of an asshole, you kind of compromise. You kind of deal with it, try to dismiss as much as you can, try to get along as much as you can. But once you're away from that person, it just dawns on you, just like that. Like, oh my god, that guy was such a fucking bastard. He was such a dumb fucking bastard. Once we got away from that landlord, I remember we just sat there all night and just talked about all the instances that we happened, all the incidents. It was amazing. We didn't get any sleep that night. We were just kind of grogging along the next day because we couldn't help but just discuss how disgusting our landlord was. Not letting us use the heat, complaining about using us too much power, raising the rent, not spending money that we give him on things for the house to improve our situation. No, instead he would buy toys like snowmobiles and boats that he would get bored with and have to sell at a loss because he had to make up for the difference so he can afford his mortgage next month, because apparently or actually in one instance $675 a month was just not enough for him. Loosey, righty tighty, lefty loosey, righty tighty, lefty loosey, righty tighty. There we go. All right. So, welcome to our new domain here. This is all the production is going to be now. Not a lot of you have locks that require these kinds of keys. A skeleton key. Yeah. No one's ever going to break into this place. Dining room. Kitchen here, where we can cook without any disturbances or complaints. They're just ridiculous. Also, spare bedroom for guests. An air mattress that actually fills up on its own. It's awesome. Room, of course. Bathroom, where all the magic happens. And the bedroom, where even more nasty magic happens. You can only picture. Yeah. Well, some of my artwork that I've done over the years. And here is my office. Got myself a nice canvas that my friend Bandit got me off my computer that he helped build. Among other things, some artwork on here. Got it all decorated, all set up. Yeah, we don't have as nice of a view as Leroy got us, but hey, grocery store's right across the street. What else we got here? What else we got? Just some art supplies, some more artwork did over the years. So Lord knows what kind of fucked up things I'm going to come up with in here. So that's our place of operations, and just got big plans for the future. Big plans for the future. Can't really get into any of it right now because I'm figuring out the order. Excuse me.